Hello, I'm Christy, and this is Daisy Case Primitives. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. Today I'm going to review the past couple of weeks Christmas stitching. I have a few FOs, and I'm also going to do a bit of a WIP Parade, showing you my past 2022 new month, new sampler starts. I will be referencing my notes, so you'll see me looking down quite a bit. And I'll move out of frame a few times and you'll hear a lot of crinkling and crackling, but that's just the way it's got to be for me at this point in time. So I hope that you enjoy the video, and let's just get started. The last couple of weeks I have been doing some stitching still, and some Christmas stitching, and I'll show those things to you first. This is... None of these have been fully finished, so I just haven't completed stitching. This, I believe, is called On Prancer, and it is from Country Rustic, Jenny Hoffman, PDF download, and I think this was stitched on 36 count eggshell by Fiber on a Whim, and I will eventually finish this into a pillow tuck. I like how that turned out. This will look really cute with my other reindeer stitching. So that was a finish. Not sure where to put all this. Next one I completed was Stacy Nash's Merry Christmas Pen Keep. To me, this is a classic, and I've wanted to stitch it for such a long time, and I did. I got it all stitched. This, I don't even remember what this piece of linen was. It's a scrap piece of linen, and I think I used trying to think what floss I use. I think it was Ruby Slipper. And this is a 36 count linen. It kind of looks like a mocha, light mocha maybe. I've thought about maybe taking the Primitive Gatherings antiquing spray and darkening this up just a little bit, but I'm still kind of thinking about that. And I'm not sure. I do have some of this garland glittery trim, but I'm not sure that I'm going to do that. I have a few other little finishing pieces that I might try first before I use that. So there was another FO. Next one is Threadwork Primitives, Peace Be Upon Us. Pretty little sampler. I stitched this on a piece of 40 count Picture This Plus Wren, and I changed the colors. I darkened them up and made them a little more Christmas red and green. I did take a couple liberties with the design. Here supposed to be a little key down here, and I just stitched my initials. And although there is a year here within that little cartouche, I went ahead. There was let's see, there was nothing over in this space, and I felt like it would balance out better since I put the initials here. I went ahead and put the year 2022 that I completed this on that side. So I can't even tell you what floss colors I used. I know they were all DMC, and I just darkened them up and made them a little more Christmas looking. And I believe I will probably, I think I'll frame this one. I haven't measured it yet to order a frame, but I think that's probably what I will do with that one. Then the next one that I stitched on in the past couple weeks was my December 1st, my monthly sampler start, Red and Green Carnation Sampler by Samplers Remembered. Such a pretty little sampler. And I'm stitching this on, what am I stitching this on? 36 count baked clay by Fox and Rabbit. I shared this with you last time that I had a start, but I did get some more time in on it and got this much more done. I was a little bit concerned about this colored floss showing up, but it's looking fine. It looks great on this linen, and I think this is really going to be pretty. So this is my December monthly new sampler start, and I like how it turned out. Okay, so that's been my stitching for the past couple of weeks since I saw you last. So now I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a review of my past year of stitching. I don't normally keep a whole lot of track of numbers, what I've done, or stitches or hours or days or anything like that. But this year I did take a little more time in recording what I'd completed, mostly so that I could go back if I wanted to reference a linen, or maybe look back to see where some floss was in a kit, or so that I had a better reference. So I did mark some things down, and then as I was going back looking through things, I tallied up some things. So coming into this year, 2022, I carried over from 2021. I carried over 14 WIPs. And most of those WIPs from 2021 were samplers. In 2022, this year, I implemented my new sampler, new month, new sampler start. Every month I started a new sampler. A couple months I started 2 in that month, with the intentions of next year pulling that sampler out that I started that month, pulling it back out during that month, and stitching on it with, of course, other stitching interspersed in it, and then I could get some more time in on them and get a little bit more completed. But I've had these charts, I've had a lot of the linen, some of the threads, some of them I've had fully kitted, and my philosophy is you can't finish if you don't start, so I wanted to start a new one every month. So the total new monthly sampler starts for this year in 2022 were 14. And then I counted up, I'd gone through in my organization for plans of next year. I had talked in a previous video of how I'd gone through and looked at all my WIPs and reevaluated, did I want to keep them? Did I want to unkit them, totally abandon them, or just kind of put them in waiting, like a WIPs and waiting box? So I did that, and I ended up keeping 12 miscellaneous WIPs, but most of those would be like small seasonal pieces. A few samplers, but mostly seasonal pieces. So my total WIPs that I will carry over into 2023 are going to be 40. Then I also went back through and checked out and saw that I had completed, I kept track of every little pillow tuck, every little sampler or big sampler that I completed, and I had 37 FFOs for the whole year, and 6 of those were samplers, and then the remainder were mostly small pillow tucks. So looking back, over my year, I accomplished quite a bit, and so it was just good information for me to kind of put in perspective what I've done and kind of where I'm headed. So with that being said, I want to get into and review this year my monthly new sampler starts and pull those out and just share with you once again what those were. And I won't go into a whole lot of detail. I'll tell you what the linen is, but I won't talk about the flosses. Most of the time I use the charted flosses. I don't change a whole lot unless the color of the floss blends in too much with the linen or the fabric. I don't really care for a whole lot of ghosting, so I may take that same color floss and just darken it up a little bit, just so that it will show up on the linen better. So I got quite a few here, and I hope I don't jiggle you too bad. So let's just go through these. And I will have to be bending up and down, so I'm sorry if I go in and out of frame. But first one for January 2022 new sampler start was Ann Peg, Scarlet House. I saw this on Carol Saltbox Stitcher's FlossTube, and have liked it for such a long time. So that was the very first one that I chose for the new year. And this was what I've gotten accomplished on it so far. This is stitched on a 36 count vintage country mocha. And I really like that one. I'm looking forward to getting each one of these out this next year and spending some more time on them and seeing what I can get accomplished on them in that month. Okay, then I had my February start sampler was Isabella Fox by GGR. I love this. This is my first Adam and Eve sampler. And I'm stitching this one on a 36 count R&R French Vanilla. And this is what I got accomplished on it. Oops, upside down or sideways. Maybe. I'm trying not to get the Christmas tree lights in there. So I got down to the bottom and I was concerned about the flesh color of Eve there, and I kind of stopped at that point. So I'm going to be trying some different colors. I don't know, I may keep that there. It's showing up here on the camera pretty well, but at a distance she doesn't show up real well, so I probably will be changing that. So that was Isabella Fox. The next one for March was from the Scarlet House, Sarah Elizabeth Brooke. I really love this one. This one was so much fun to stitch. This one is on 36 count Prairie Grass by Seraphim. And that's how much I got finished. And I really love that house. Very cute. She was a lot of fun to stitch. I'm really looking forward to working on her again in March. My April start was Jane Baxter by Victorian Rose Needle Arts. This was my birthday month sampler start. So pretty. This one I'm stitching on 36 count Lakeside's Exemplar. And that's how far I got on that. Love that peacock. This border was a lot of fun. So that was my April start. April, I started 2. The second one was Henrietta Goodrich. And that one is from Barbara Anna Designs. So cute. She is on 36 count Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax. And that's how far I got on her. I really like this linen. All right, next one in May was Jane Cowie by the Scarlet House. Sorry, I didn't have these all pulled out, and I know fidgeting and ruffling irritates a lot of you, but it was going to be too much of a mess for me to have these all out. And sorry, there's a sticker over it, but Jane Cowie, Scarlet House. And I have an avalanche mess already. This is going to be fun. This one I'm stitching on 36 count Bee's Knees by Seraphim. And I love this. This one I went ahead and splurged and got the NPI silks since it was for my birthday. And I really like using them. This is such a beautiful sampler. Ladies at Stitch Group are the ones that, a couple ladies there were stitching it, and their stitching was beautiful, and that's what sold me on that one to go ahead and start it. June start was Cathcart Calhoun, 1785, and this is by Shakespeare's Peddler. I really like this. I love the lady and the man in the center. It's just so pretty. This one is on 36 count Chocolate Milk by Fabrics by Stephanie. And this hardly has, I don't even know if you can really count this as a start. And that's what I have so far. That one's really going to be pretty. July start was Philadelphia Vine by the Scarlet House. Another really pretty one. I love every one of these. I kind of meticulously chose these this year. And I really, you know, tried to choose ones that I knew that I would really love to stitch. Now, I think it goes that way. I'll have to look at the chart when I get started with this one again, but that's just hardly even a start. But this linen is 36 count Salt Bush by Fox and Rabbit. It's kind of a greeny gray, but I think it will look really pretty with all the threads. That was July start. August sampler start was Phoebe Spillet by Northumberland Sampler House. This is a PDF copy that I was running out of ink from my printer, so not a great photo, but you get the idea of the composition of the sampler. And this one I'm stitching on 36 count old stationery by Seraphim, and this one's just so pretty. It's so dainty and I don't know, so it's so fine looking and it's just really pretty. Love those colors. So that is Phoebe Spillet, 1869. Then September start was, and by the way, this is my bag that I purchased from Sherry So Sweet. I asked her specifically if she would find me some turkey fabric and make me a bag, and she so sweetly and graciously did so. I haven't been able to share this bag in the past because it got edited, but here it is, and now I'm being able to get it in. So what's housed in this one is Stacy Nash's Turkey Hollow Farm. I love this one too. And here is where I got on this one. I really had fun on this one. And I don't know how it is that I got so much done on it, but I did. Although there's a lot of stitching there, I managed to get quite a bit done. I love that house. Love how the modeling variegation of the threads showed up. This is the one I'm still deliberating whether I want to fill in around the wording Turkey Hollow or lighten up the floss that goes there. Move my needle while I see that. So that was September start, Turkey Hollow Farm. That is on a 36 count Sand Dunes by Seraphim. Sand Dunes by Seraphim. I had a second start in September, and this one is Pineberry Lane's Autumn on Marigold Lane. So pretty. This one is on 36 count Tobias by Seraphim. Love this linen. And that's how much I got accomplished. Look at that linen. Look at the color is just fabulous. Modeling is great. October sampler start. This is Thankful Harvest by Homespun Prints by Lori Rippey. This is not a real accurate color, but it's PDF download, and again, ink low. So, but you get the idea. Beautiful little sampler. It really complements her last year's, I never can remember what that one was called. And here is, I need to move my needle again. This one's on 36 count Dolly Madison by Needle and Flax, and that's how much I got done. This one is so cute. It's sweet. These flowers remind me of marigolds. This reminds me of a sunflower. Such a pretty little design. So that was October's start. Then November. Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. Did I say it right? No. I always say it backwards. Grateful, Thankful, Blessed by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And this one I'm stitching on 36 count Hemingway by Needle and Flax. And this is how much I have done on it. Love this. This Hemingway is beautiful fabric. Oh my gosh. I need to get my hands on some more of this. It's the perfect sampler color. Love this one. Love this one. And then the very last one I showed you in my WIPs were the red and green carnation sampler. That was the December start. So those are the samplers in review. So there we have it for this video. I want to thank you for taking time and spending it with me. I just also want to say next week is Christmas. And if you celebrate, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. And if not, I hope that you enjoy your time, however you choose to spend it. I also want to say thank you very much for all of your support and encouragement to many of you that always comment and always watch. It has really been a blessing to me this year, getting to know so many of you and interacting with you. And I'm just really honored and flattered that you would choose to take your time, your precious time, and spend it with me. So I will leave you with this one, and I will just see you next time.